Folks, I'm Ryan07. I am currently on a journey to read every single DC comic ever released. I have not uploaded a video in the last 4 days. That's a mistake on my part, a pretty big one. But don't worry, we are back on track, I promise. Now we start today with Detective Comics number 34. We have a Batman mission in this issue. He's now cleaned up the monk stuff. He's finished up with that. We got his backstory in the previous issue, I believe, so sorry I missed that. I didn't miss it, but you missed it. Anyways, this issue, there's some... He's still in Paris. There's a guy... I'm not going to talk about the plot, because the plot sucks. It sucks. It's just bad. The question is here. It's not actually the question. It's just a guy who really looks like the question. The secret identity stuff in this issue is dumb. They should have figured out who he was easily. It was very, like, it was just dumb. It was dumb. The bad guy does, like, experiments on people, and those are, like, never explained. It's never explained how he did that or why he did that. He just kind of did it. So that's cool. Slam Bradley, so in the Slam Bradley section of Detective Comics, Slam and Shorty got involved in a war between the Twerpins and the Luthorians. This is before Lex Luthor exists. So, they get involved in the war, whatever. Dude, this issue is so repetitive with the Slam and Shorty adventure. Dude, they keep getting saved and captured by people. They get captured by one guy, and then they get saved, and they think, oh, we're safe now. But then they get captured by a different guy, and that keeps happening over and over and over. It happens. I'm not even exaggerating when I say it happens like 8 times. They get saved by someone and then captured by the same person. It's insane. It just keeps happening. It's funny, but it is insane. Also, Slam does like a baseball thing. Feature Comics number 27, More Fun Comics number 50, which is the first DC comic to reach 50 issues, is More Fun Comics number 50. Honestly, the issue number is the most interesting thing about this comic right now. No offense. Mystery Men Comics number 5. Green Mask, very similar situation to that one Slam Bradley issue where he was at, like, the mansion. I don't know if I talked about this on the... I don't remember if this was on, like, a weekend I didn't talk about this, but Slam Bradley at one point was at a mansion. There was, like, a whole thing with wills and getting money. I don't know. I'm not going to go into that. Basically, in this one, a millionaire dies and splits his money among his 4 kids, stating that if any of the younger 3 die, their money will go to the eldest. And then it turns out the sister, who is not the eldest, was killing them so she could get the money, and then she dies. I don't know. I don't really understand that, but it's probably just a wording issue. Blue Beetle. Beetle now has his classic costume. This was a worthless disguise. He got a disguise. He got a whole grandpa makeup disguise, and then used it for actually like 5 seconds. He just wasted so much time getting that. It was genuinely useless. It did nothing. They noticed he was Blue Beetle immediately, and he just turned into his Blue Beetle form and took off the fake mask. Why did he do that? He was disguised for 3 panels. 3! Smash Comics number 5. Invisible Justice. There's much more fun with the invisibility. There's like some fun invisibility stuff, and it's just a basic kidnapping plot. On to Superman number 3. Okay, so Clark finds this kid, and he saves him. And he switches into Clark Kent when the kid's unconscious, and he's like, hey, I'm Clark Kent. He takes the kid to eat, because the kid hasn't eaten in 2 days. Dude, the kid says, I haven't eaten in 2 days. And Clark's like, Clark's watching him eat, and he's like, you must be starving. Clark Kent, the kid hasn't eaten in 2 days. Duh. Obviously he's starving. Duh. Obviously. You fucking dumbass, Clark Kent. So Clark hears this kid who starts, complaining about how the state orphanage just basically abuses and starves all the children and makes them do slave labor. And Clark thinks, when he hears this, is his very first thought. I'm not even kidding. This is his very first thought. This is his very first thought upon hearing this information. His very first thought is, this would make a good story for the newspaper I work at. Clark, what the fuck? Clark, dude. You're sitting here listening to how this kid is getting abused and slave labored, and you're thinking, I could get a front pager from this. I could get a good front pager from this, man. Oh, this is good. This is juicy, man. Clark, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Fucking classic journalist, though. This is, by the way, how all journalists think. I have journalist friends, trust me. Yes, this is how they all think. All of them. Every single one. So, Clark then decides to, convince the kid to go back into the orphanage to be his spy. His undercover spy. He says, hey, kid, you're being abused and starved and forced to do slave labor at this orphanage. You should go back so you can be my undercover agent. Clark, what the fuck is wrong with you? There are better ways of doing this. There are better ways of figuring out how what the orphan is doing. Don't send him back. Don't do that. Don't do that, Clark Kent. Don't do that. You fucking asshole. He's actually a dumbass in this issue, dude. He's so stupid. What do you mean the kid... Dude, oh my god, this part pissed me off so much. Okay, so Clark takes the kid back to the orphanage, and so the superintendent opens the door, and he's immediately like an asshole, like, I'm gonna beat you, kid, why did you, blah, 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 blah. And Clark's like, I'm a journalist, and the superintendent is immediately like, yo, you're a journalist? Wait, I was just playing around, and Clark's like, oh, that guy seemed nice, maybe the kid was lying. Clark, you fucking dumbass! You fucking dumbass! You're so dumb. You're so stupid, Clark Kent. You're actually so dumb. What do you mean the kid might have been lying? The superintendent was so obviously putting on an act. You saw him threatening to abuse the child. You saw that. You saw that, Clark Kent. You saw it. And you decided, maybe the kid's lying. You're so dumb, dude. Oh, he pissed me off so much this issue. He pissed me off so much, man. Lois is really mean to Clark in this issue, but guess what? He fucking deserves it. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, he's a little bit of a creep. He's kind of a fucking incel. At first I thought, okay, he's just putting on an awkward act. But then you get this panel. Dude, he's like getting his employer to force her to work with him so that he can be close to her. He's actually just a fucking incel. Dude, Golden Age Clark Kent is just an incel. I'm not joking. These panels, bro. He's a fucking incel. This entire issue, he's just a fucking incel. And it's not just this comic, dude. This is something I've realized just about Golden Age Clark in general. You would think the little weak, fumbly guy, fucking, I can't get girls, Bart, is a bit, right? It is a bit. He's pretending. But he's also just genuinely an incel. He's actually like, why don't these women want me? Clark, the entire point of your act is for them to not like you. That doesn't mean you have to be an incel. You can do that without being a weirdo incel. And he's not thinking like, oh, if I make her think this, she's gonna believe my act more. No, he's genuinely thinking, haha, now she'll have to spend time with me. He's actually thinking that. You're crazy, Clark. You're a bad guy. You're a fucking weirdo, man. You're a fucking weirdo, Clark Kent. You're a fucking weirdo, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? So anyways, for most of this issue, Lois is smarter than Clark, but they eventually take down the evil orphanage. And the rest of the issue is mostly reprints. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Superman is still a nice guy, but Clark is an incel. It makes no sense. Action Comics number 20, Ultra Humanite returns as a woman. Ultra Humanite stories are getting kind of boring. It's so repetitive. He keeps reappearing and undying. And it's just like, how many times can one guy come back to life and not be dead secretly? It's just like, I'm getting tired of it. Adventure Comics 46, nothing interesting. All American Comics number 10, nothing interesting. Detective Comics 35, this Batman issue is really racist, and for some reason Batman loves killing people in it. Also, Slam Bradley, the art is no longer by Joe Shuster, which I was really disappointed by, because it really does not feel the same without Shuster's art. Like, there was just like a vibe that his art had that just fit Slam so perfectly, and it doesn't. It's not there without his art, man. It just does not feel the same. I still like it. I still love Slam Bradley. It just doesn't feel the same. Slam Shorty joined the army in this one, I guess. Anyways. Sorry about the Clark Kent incel rant. That is all I got for you today. Pretty short date. Tomorrow we get introduced to the Flash, which is pretty cool. Hope you guys like that character. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.